It's the Cuomos! Whoa. Starring Andrew and Chris. Cool.
Let's check in with the two brothers who love blaming others. So what did Chris Cuomo say before November? He hopes that you don't remember. Looks like backup Cuomo brother Chris suffered some memory loss after his bravely televised battle with Corona. On Tuesday, while talking about January 6th, he claimed he never defended Black Lives Matter rioters back in the day. Yeah, I'm 6'4". I'm 5'10", but anyway. Fortunately for Chris, CNN viewers, all 6 of them, have short memories because the tape tells a different story.
Around 140 officers assaulted, some very badly. This is the truth. Period. It is no less the truth because Black Lives Matter supporters committed acts of violence too. Even if you want to believe that the media was okay with what they did, which sure as hell isn't true on this show. And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
He's adorable. You might want to double that dose of ginkgo biloba. And no, we're not done with you yet, Chris. Last night, he defended critical race theory, calling out conservatives for blowing it out of proportion.
The critical race theory, this boogeyman, is just the new front on the culture war. That's all. The brown menace is gone. You know, they're not coming over the wall to come and take your women. Now they're coming to take your kids. Now, what critical race theory is really about is just choosing which stories matter in the teaching of the history of America.
Yeah, that's what it is. You didn't even read about it. You were criticizing people who actually did their homework. You didn't even do the homework. So CRT is the boogeyman? Dude, I could have sworn that was your brother. The alleged butt grabber continues to laugh all the way to the bank and in the face of COVID victims. This is him commiserating with his fellow governors yesterday.
Very few people were going through what we went through, and we went through it together. And speaking for myself, it was a tremendous personal benefit.
Does this guy even realize what's coming out of his mouth? Tremendous personal benefit? Sure, 15,000 nursing home residents died under your watch, but who's counting? Remember, he scored a $5.1 million book deal, hyping up his heroic response to the pandemic. Still, it sold fewer copies than Michael Moore's Guide to Tantric Sex. By the way, you still have my copy, Brian.
You moved your office. I didn't know where to drop it.
It's actually a fold-out. It has to be. Or is it a fold-in? Or is it just folds? Maybe it's just folds. What am I doing, Joe? What do you make of the governor? Are we taking the governor out of context?
No, but he's got to keep his mouth shut right now, pending proceedings in the court of law. He might take the Fifth Amendment before he says anything because that's the smart play.
Yeah.
They defended him so much in mainstream media. They talked about how women were attracted to him when they should have been looking into the nursing home numbers.
Yeah.
And once they say that he was good, they can't tell us now that he was bad, so they'll just memory hole it.
Yeah.
He's doing the best thing possible. Just keep quiet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, Kat, Governor Cuomo proves that if you have an industry on your side like the media, you just outlast the scandals.
Yeah, absolutely. And he said the other day when he was like, oh, we're going to do with gun violence what we did with COVID. Like, what, you're going to put the shooters in the nursing homes? Like what? And then lie about it, write a book and make millions of dollars? What do you mean by that? I just can't imagine how he can still go out there, and he really does see himself as a hero. He really does think that people think that about him, rather. He doesn't realize how horrible he really is.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to pose a thoughtful question to you, not the usual kind, because you're a veteran of Fox. I always get when Chris Cuomo is talking or doing his commentary, he's not actually speaking to the viewers. He's speaking to his peer group, right? It's like no one really cares about the things that like the viewer doesn't care about his personal feelings about stuff. He's doing that to like talk to the people in the media world. Whereas when we're talking to the viewers because we appreciate our viewers and because of course we have them.
Right. And he believes that his viewers are, and he's right, New York, Washington, and Los Angeles. And that's why people have this inadequate and unmatched understanding of, they think he is much more popular than he actually is because they don't travel. They have no idea. Most people, if you travel to the place where we go, like it's on our book tours where people know who you are, they don't even watch CNN. They don't even know what CNN stands for. But in Cuomo's situation in particular, you mentioned I'm a veteran. In all the years covering all these stories, the small and big, I've never seen someone so ridden in scandal get such a pass. This guy should be humiliated somewhere living on a farm in Schenectady. Instead, he continued. Not only he passed, the last time they had a meeting with governors, he was so ridden in scandal, they had to have a Republican fill in for him. This time, he actually did it himself and made that statement. He killed 50,000 people died on his watch, 15,000 in nursing homes. 10 separate women accused him of sexual harassment. Then he used his power to get donors and family members tests when no one else had them. Any one of those would have destroyed anyone forever. Remember Gary Hart met a woman on an island, and he was destroyed. How this guy still has a job and is running for re-election, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, he truly is the Brian Kilmeade of governors.
That is not true. That is not an apt analogy. How dare you? I helped your show, and you just hurt my career. I mean, what is wrong with you?
There's a lot wrong with me.
You could have said that to any of these three.
There is a lot wrong with me.
I tried to give some substance.
I don't know why, because
up.
I was just listening to you, and I'm going.
You weren't even paying attention.
Yeah, I was. Hey, I always do. Dakin, it is like the media hates what we do because it's not for them. But when you look at what they're doing, it's always for the media. That's my point I was trying to make to Brian, in which he went off on some weird tangent about tantric sex.
Well, the members of the media who pay attention to these two are jealous simply because they want the path to be as easy as it was for these two pant mints. They would not be anywhere if not for Daddy. You know, Andy Cuomo would be selling catheters door to door.
Oh,
and
don't knock it.
And by the way,
or not.
Chris Cuomo couldn't even get cast as Fredo in a neighborhood playhouse version of The Godfather. But lo and behold, they're doing this kind of like pose off, flex off with each other to figure out who's the biggest liar on the planet.
Well, I'm a Fredo. We're out of time. Up next.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.